Most people in their 20s don't think about legal documents. It feels like something you deal with when you're older, richer, or have a family. But here's the truth. Being prepared legally isn't just for the wealthy or the elderly. It's for everyone. By the time you turn 30, there are a few essential legal documents that can protect your health, your money, and your loved ones. These documents can make your life easier now and prevent major problems later. So in this video, we're breaking down the must-have legal documents every American should have before hitting 30. Let's get into it. First and foremost, you need a will. Yes, even if you're young and don't think you own much. A will, or a last will and testament, outlines what happens to your possessions when you die. More importantly, it allows you to name someone as the executor to handle your estate, and, if you have children, you can name a guardian. Without a will, your assets could be distributed based on state law, not your personal wishes, and guardianship decisions for any dependents could be made by a judge. A simple will doesn't take much time to create, but it can save your family a world of stress and confusion. Next, a durable power of attorney. This gives someone the legal authority to manage your finances if you're ever unable to. Let's say you're in an accident or incapacitated for a time. Someone still needs to pay your rent, manage your bank account, or handle your taxes. With this document, a trusted friend or family member can step in. Without it, even those closest to you could be locked out of your accounts, facing legal hurdles just to keep things running while you're down. Now, let's talk about medical power of attorney. This document appoints someone to make health care decisions on your behalf if you can't communicate or make them yourself. Think about it. If you were in a serious accident or fell into a coma, who would you want making choices about your medical care? Spelling this out in a legal document ensures your preferences are followed and prevents conflicts among family members during high-stress situations. Closely tied to that is the living will, sometimes called an advance directive. While a medical power of attorney gives someone else authority to act, a living will lets you personally declare what kind of care you want. For instance, if you don't want to be kept alive on life support under certain conditions, this is the document that says so. It can also detail your wishes on resuscitation, feeding tubes, or organ donation. It's about maintaining control, even when you can't speak for yourself. Another important document is the HIPAA release form. HIPAA laws protect your privacy, but that can actually become a problem in emergencies. Hospitals might be legally forbidden from sharing your medical information with your loved ones unless they've been authorized in writing. A HIPAA release form allows you to name specific people who can access your medical records or speak with doctors. It's quick to create, but essential in a crisis. Now, let's talk about life insurance and beneficiary designations. Even if you're single and healthy, life insurance can be a smart move, especially if you have any dependents or debts. If something happens to you, a life insurance policy can provide financial support to your loved ones. But here's the key. Simply buying the policy isn't enough. You also need to name a beneficiary and make sure that designation is up to date. That way, the funds go directly to the right person without getting tied up in court. And while we're on beneficiaries, check the ones listed on your financial accounts too. Your retirement accounts, bank accounts, and investment portfolios. Many of these let you name a payable on death or transfer on death beneficiary. This is important because these designations override whatever's in your will. If your ex is still listed on your 401k, they could legally get the money. Always double-check and keep these updated. If you rent or own your home, your housing documents are legal contracts too. Your lease agreement outlines your rights and responsibilities as a tenant. If you own a home, the deed, mortgage agreement, and property insurance are critical legal documents you need to keep organized. If you ever run into a dispute with a landlord, lender, or contractor, these documents become your legal protection. Let's not forget about digital assets. In today's world, we all have a digital life. Email accounts, social media profiles, online banking, cloud storage, even cryptocurrency wallets. If something happens to you, your loved ones might not be able to access or manage these accounts. That's why a digital asset inventory is important. It's not a traditional legal document, but it should be part of your estate plan. Make a secure list of your important digital accounts, passwords, and instructions. Some states even allow you to include digital access provisions in your will. Now, if you're planning to get married, or already have, you may want to consider a prenuptial agreement. This is especially important if one or both partners are entering the marriage with significant assets, debts, or business interests. A prenup clearly outlines how property and debts would be handled in the event of divorce or death. It's not about expecting the worst. It's about being prepared and transparent. Let's move on to employment documents. When you start a new job, you'll often sign an employment contract, a confidentiality agreement, or even a non-compete clause. These are all legal documents that define your rights and responsibilities in the workplace. Before you sign anything, make sure you read and understand the fine print. You might be agreeing not to work for competitors for a year after leaving your job, or to give up ownership of ideas you create. Know what you're signing. Health insurance is another big one. Whether you're covered through your employer, a private plan, or the government, your policy is a legal agreement. You should always keep a copy of your insurance card, the full policy document, and a summary of benefits. These outline what's covered, your deductibles, your provider network, and what to do in emergencies. When a medical bill shows up unexpectedly, these documents will help you fight back. If you drive, then your car documents are non-negotiable. Your vehicle title, registration, insurance policy, and driver's license are all legal documents. Without them, you could be fined, towed, or worse. Keep physical copies where you can easily access them, especially your insurance policy and registration. Let's not ignore student loans. If you've taken out federal or private student loans, the promissory notes and repayment agreements are legal documents. They include all the details about your interest rate, repayment terms, deferment options, and penalties for default. If you're applying for forgiveness, income-based repayment, or refinancing, you'll need these documents handy. And lastly, you should have a personal emergency plan. While this isn't a formal legal document, it's a smart organizational tool. Create a one-page emergency sheet with contact information for your doctor, emergency contact, lawyer, landlord, and employer. Include the location of your legal documents and instructions for what to do if you're hospitalized. Store a copy somewhere safe and let a trusted friend or relative know where to find it. So let's sum it up. The core legal documents every American should have by age 30 include a last will and testament, durable power of attorney, medical power of attorney, living will, HIPAA release form, life insurance and financial beneficiary designations, housing contracts, digital asset inventory, prenuptial agreement if applicable, employment contracts, health and auto insurance policies, student loan agreements, and a personal emergency info sheet. This isn't about being paranoid. It's about being responsible. Having these documents ready doesn't mean you're expecting something bad to happen. It means you're ready in case it does. You're taking ownership of your life, your finances, your health, and your future. So if you're under 30, don't wait until it's too late. Start checking these documents off your list one by one. And if you're over 30 and haven't done this yet, it's never too late to catch up. Thanks for listening. If this helped you think differently about your legal future, hit that like button, subscribe for more practical advice, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. Stay safe, stay smart, and we'll see you in the next one.